You can tell today's Sunday because I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. So today I want to tell you guys about my top 3 favorite movies in no particular order. Now these are the top 3 movies that I have right now. They're not forever, they're subject to change at any time. They can change at any time, but they're the top 3 movies for me right now. Number 1, again, no particular order, Drive. With Ryan Gosling. Now, what's amazing about this movie, what I love, is that Nicholas Winding Refn is such an amazing director. The universe he creates, with the music and the lights and everything, it's all so incredible and beautiful. The cinematography's stunning.
What floor?
Fourth, thanks.
A lot of people have criticized this character, Ryan Gosling's character, for saying he's got about as much emotion as a cucumber in it. Like he's just completely emotionless and he's just sort of standing there not doing a whole lot or saying a whole lot. But that's just the character. The driver isn't a very expressive or talkative person, but those emotions he conveys through his eyes, through his expressions, through all that, without the need for dialogue.
Okay.
Some scenes, there's an elevator scene, which if you've seen the movie, you'll know what scene that is. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a pretty rough scene. It's unexpected and violent, but it's justified and it's so good. It's just so good. I will say this though. It's a pretty artsy movie, so if you're not into that, if you're into like action movies or whatever, basically don't judge it by the trailer. The trailer makes it seem a lot more action-packed than it is. If you are into just really good movies, you'll like it. If you're into art house, you'll love it. If you're into like action-packed and car chases and stuff, just watch the trailer. All the action-packed car chase scenes are pretty much in the trailer. I'm not saying it's a boring movie. It's not, by any means. It just might not be to everyone's taste. That's all I'm saying. Though I would very, very highly recommend it. I loved it. Honestly, it's up there in my top 3. Number 2 is Pulp Fiction. Now, the thing about Pulp Fiction is I had no idea what it was about.
Well, you gotta have an opinion.
I just knew there was like this one black guy played by Samuel L. Jackson who said, "English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
And does he look like a bitch?"
Does he look like a bitch?
That's all I knew about the movie. I was not expecting it to be so funny. Honestly, there's some hilarious moments in this movie.
That's all you had to say.
A very well told, but a very interestingly told story. It's Tarantino, and it's so unchronological, which I love. It basically starts off with the end, and I'm not going to say too much, I don't want to spoil it. But the way it's told, to me, is one of my favorite things about this movie. It's not traditionally told, it's not traditionally structured, but it works so well. And you follow all those characters and they all intertwine at the end and they all, and at first you're like, okay, who's this guy? But then you're like, oh, this guy comes to meet that other guy over here and over there. So if you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, go and watch it. It's so good. Okay, and number 3, I don't have a DVD for number 3. If you haven't seen Birdman, you're missing out. It's directed by the same guy who directed The Revenant and the same cinematographer as well, Chivo, I think, right? Let me check that on IMDb. Yep, it's Chivo. So Chivo, Emmanuel Lubezki, does a fantastic job. It was wonderful in The Revenant, and it was so good in Birdman.
Oh, okay.
And if you thought The Revenant was kind of boring, you will love Birdman because the story is so much less predictable and so crazy. And the one thing that blew my mind that I didn't even notice the very first time is how it's all one shot. I mean, it's not really, it just, very well-placed edits and very well-placed cuts, but it works so well. And the movie just flows. It's truly a masterpiece, honestly. The story was incredibly well told, the characters were amazing, the acting was so good. I don't know what else to say other than it's amazing, and you should go watch it. And that's the thing with, I feel like it's a lot easier to talk about movies you didn't like and why you didn't like them than movies you liked, because when there's a movie you liked, if you're talking to someone who's seen it, it's easier to tell them about it, and you're like, oh yeah, this bit and that bit, but I don't want to tell you guys too much of the story because I don't want to spoil it either. I mean, trailers do a pretty good job of that nowadays anyway. By the way, why do all modern trailers give away the entire plot? Why? What happened to good trailers that would just, give you a hint and make you want to go see the movie? There's no point. Trailers now just show you the whole movie from A to Z and just the best bits in like 30 seconds or a minute. There's no point in seeing the movie. You know what happens. No, trailers, please get better. Okay, sorry about that. It's a lot easier, at least I feel, to talk about movies you didn't like, the movies you did like, without spoiling too much. Today was a lot of talking. I do hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys found it entertaining. Go watch Birdman, Drive, and Pulp Fiction. In that order or not, just watch them. They're amazing. They're so good. Tell me what your favorite movie is below. I want to know. I'm curious. Maybe I'll watch them. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's vlog. No clue what tomorrow holds, but tomorrow's Monday, the start of a new week. It's all exciting. It's all great. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.